Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to write a full or complete paragraph. And most of your teachers, even if it's not English class, are going to say something to you like this, and it's important that you know exactly what to put in a paragraph no matter what topic you're writing about. We're going to look at two different methods. One of them is called the meal plan and one is called TICA. Okay, so they're both abbreviations or acronyms to help you remember what to put in a paragraph. Okay, so we're going to look at the meal plan first. Right? So when you think about a meal, you want a complete meal just like you want a complete paragraph. The M stands for main idea, E is for example, A is for analysis, and then L is the link. Okay, so if you're thinking about how to build a paragraph, your first sentence needs to be your main idea. Okay, so usually this is also referred to as your topic sentence. You want to clue your reader into whatever idea, point, or purpose that you're trying to talk about, okay? So the first sentence is always just the main idea. And you'll notice I put a 1 right here. The next piece is the example, okay? So if you're writing something and you introduce an idea, you need to back that up a little bit, right? So you're going to need an example. This can be a direct example, something like a quote or a statistic, or it could just be an anecdote. If you're writing something that's not research or in a formal, I guess, like format, then it may be an indirect quote, something you've experienced, okay? So your example here could be between 1 and 2 sentences, possibly a third sentence, but the example is going to support the main idea. The analysis piece is really key. This is where a lot of students sort of drift off. You're okay telling me what you want to talk about, you're really good at finding examples, but when you get to the analysis, you have to tell me in your words why that example supports the main idea and why it proves what you're trying to say. Okay, so the analysis, you'll notice, is between 2 and 3 sentences. You don't want to just repeat what's been said, but you want to say in your own language how the example that you pulled supports your main idea. The last part is a link, and it could be 1 sentence, it could be 2 if you need it to, but the link just ensures that you are connecting this whole paragraph to your thesis statement or the main idea of why you're writing. So if you're writing just a couple of paragraphs, you may not have like a full-on paper, but everything is going to have a focus, okay? So the last sentence sort of needs to conclude the meal. If you want to think about that as sort of like your dessert. You always want your dessert in your coffee, right? Or at least I do. So the link needs to make sure that you're still talking about the main idea, but in the bigger picture that everything is sort of cohesive. So that's the main idea, or the meal example. The other example we can use when we're looking at writing paragraphs is TICA. Not as cool as the meal plan, possibly. Over here you'll see I wrote that it's usually used with research papers. This is going to be used in a more formal kind of writing. So again, your topic sentence, out of the gate, you're going to say exactly what you're talking about. That's usually going to just be 1 sentence. The next piece is to introduce your quote. So if you're going to refer to another author's body of work, or if you're going to refer to a statistic or some sort of data, you can't just start talking about it. You've got to tell me who came up with that data, where did it come from, and how recently was all of this information found, right? So that's introducing the quote. That could take up to 1 sentence. You may say, in Ms. Cranfield's study of MCHP students last year, she found that 2/3 of the population didn't know how to write a paragraph, right? That's introducing the quote, and then the next 2 to 3 sentences may be actually what I found, Ms. Cranfield's example. All right, again, at the end of this one, the most important piece is the analysis. It's not super impressive that you can find something if you can't tell me why it matters. Okay, so the analysis shows your reader or your teacher or your best friend, whoever's reading this paper, that you know what you're talking about. So again, you have to explain in your words what all of this means. Okay, so hopefully either the meal plan or the TICA format will help you write a full or complete paragraph.